Hello guys, do you know what this is? If you know what it is, leave it in the comment section. I want to know what your answer is. Drop your answer in the comment section if you know what this is right here. In this video, I want to take you on what mushroom cultivation is. You know, many people just sit here, grow mushrooms, but the idea they have is that mushrooms are being grown the way other crops are grown, like the way your vegetables being grown, your orange, plantain, and other plants or fruits are being grown. But I'm here to actually educate you on what mushroom cultivation is actually. You see, mushroom cultivation is the process of growing edible mushrooms. Take note of the word edible, because they are mushrooms that are not edible. They are poisonous mushrooms. You see, sometimes when you just, maybe if you are close to a developing area, or if you live in a developing area where you still have bush, forests, logs of woods in swampy areas and all, at one point or the other you might have come across mushrooms growing from wood particles or wood substances, or fallen roots that have been cut down and left for a while. Even trees, at one point or the other, might have seen mushrooms grow out of wood. I want to tell you that it is not all mushrooms you see that are edible. The cultivation of mushrooms is the process of growing a particular mushroom for a particular purpose. There's sometimes you might have to grow mushrooms for consumption. You might grow mushrooms for maybe research purposes, those into the educational aspect or science aspect. But the fact that you were the one who cultivated it makes it a mushroom that has a source, so you can tell if this is an edible mushroom or not. So it's not all mushrooms you see, bush parts that you just take and consume. You can't know which is poisonous just by merely looking at it. You might have to take some of them to the lab, except you are the one who cultivated them, and you can tell the source. Okay, you can see this type of mushroom I've seen is edible. This is the name, because the mushrooms have their names, which I will mention in the course of this video. Now let's go on. So as I said earlier, just like maize is being planted in the soil, tomatoes are grown in farms, fish are raised in ponds, mushrooms are grown in organic materials. Yes, mushrooms are grown in organic materials, and these organic materials are what is being prepared by the grower. You prepare these materials yourself, and these organic materials composes of several things. It comprises of several things, and one of them is what you are seeing right here. Yes, what you are seeing right here. This is called sawdust. This is the waste material from wood. When woods are being scraped or shaved, this is one of the waste materials from wood. Wood are plants, cutting from plants. They are living things. Only that when they cut them, they remove from their source, but they are still plant, and they are plant and they are living things. So that's why we call them organic materials. This is sawdust. So this is one of the things you can use in growing mushrooms. I didn't say this is everything you need. This is one of the materials that makes up the soil of mushrooms. I said mix up the soil. We don't call it soil in mushroom cultivation, we call it substrate, and this is how it looks. This is how the soil of mushroom cultivation looks. It is a mixture of some things put together. If you take the seeds of mushroom, are called spawn. If you take that spawn and decide to pour it on the floor, in the soil, the normal soil when you plant your tomatoes, you will only be wasting your time, because they will not germinate, and that's because they are not meant to be planted on the normal soil. You plant them on what is called substrate materials. That's the organic materials I mentioned earlier on. And these materials contains several things based on what's available in the environment. One of which is sawdust. Another thing that can be added is called rice bran. This already has the mixture of the sawdust and rice bran together, and it's wet because I already passed from it, so it's already prepared. This is already prepared. Rice bran. Sometimes people use palm leaves, some use banana leaves, some use other agricultural wastes. Some people use what's it called? Some people use plantain leaves and some other things. Wheat ground. WHEAT, they are making. All these things I think you can easily find in your environment. Either at big farms, sawmills, your local market. You can find these things there. Now, how does mushroom cultivation work? You prepare the food material called the substrate. That's the material in which these things will grow. You prepare the organic materials called the substrate. This is the substrate. Then you add, after preparing it well, I already have a video on how to prepare this. Make sure you watch the video well. Watch the video. You can check my channel. You will see the video on substrate bag preparation. Watch how to prepare this. After preparation, you add the spawn. That's the seed, the mushroom seed. Add it to the mixture. That's the bag. After you have properly sterilized the bag, when you have mixed this, you bag it like this. Then you sterilize it. It's sterilization. I already made a video on how to sterilize this bag. Make sure you watch the video. The links are in the description below. Then you keep it in the right conditions. Yes, after you sterilize this and you've added the spawn, the next thing is to keep it in the incubation room. It's called the incubation room. You keep it in that room. The room has to be cool. The room must be cool because the seeds do not grow in a hot environment. So the environment must be cool. Mushrooms generally grow in cool environments. So you keep it in that condition, and then after about 4 weeks, you will see that seed will bring out what's called mycelium and cover the whole sides of this bag. It will cover this bag will turn white. That's the thing that incubation has taken place. So to cover the new bag. And let's take the process of you adding the seed is called inoculation. We have terminologies in mushroom cultivation. Process of adding the seed is called inoculation. Process of keeping the seed, the inoculated bag in a growing room is called incubation. And then when the mycelium has covered the new bag, mycelium is actually a microbiological. Yes, it's a biological or microbiological term. So it is not what it's not what you deal with every day personally. Yes. So when it has covered it, then after that you take it to the fruiting room. It's in the fruiting room the mushrooms start fruiting. The condition of the fruiting room is that it must be very cool, a very cool environment. Very cool environment. I have videos on these things. Check my videos on this channel to learn them. Now, let's see some things. Why people practice mushroom cultivation? You see, some people practice mushroom cultivation for various reasons. One of which is that mushrooms grow very fast. Unlike a normal farming planting other crops and different fruits that sometimes you hear of annual crop, biennial crop, perennial crops, mushrooms just grow within weeks. Mushrooms grow within weeks. And one amazing thing about mushroom cultivation is that if you harvest consecutively, you harvest consistently. Once it starts fruiting, it's not like other crops that when you harvest once the first cycle you wait another you harvest until the whole mycelium has been exhausted. Mushrooms move fast. The second part is they don't need much land. You don't need land. See what I did. See this preparation of soil. This is complete play. I did not need the land to dig. So once I'm done with this now, I take it, I sterilize, I take it to the room for inoculation, add the spawn. After the spawn, I take it to a room, not the soil, the field. Take it to a room and start them. You can put them on shelves. In that way, you don't need a land. You just need rooms, about 2 rooms. And you're a mushroom grower already. You just need about 2 rooms. Now, they don't need much land, as I say. Those can be grown indoors. That's what I've explained. You don't need rooms to cultivate mushrooms. Just rooms. Even if you don't have rooms, you have cage. You can construct good cage that's heat resistant. Construct them. You could be wooden cage, very thick. If you check my videos, you will see some examples of those things. Very thick cage you can use for these things. And then they use agricultural waste. All of the things you will use in mushroom cultivation are things you can get from your environment, from farmers around you, or just waste materials. These ones are waste from sawmill. This is sawdust from sawmill. Get the waste. You also get waste rice bran, which is also a waste. You can get them from big feed mills or big farms. You can get plantain leaves from big farms. You can get corn ops from big farms. On farms, just get those things around you and use them. They are nutritious and medicinal. That is one very important thing people go mushrooms for. Mushrooms are very nutritious and medicinal. Mushrooms work for so many health conditions, so many health issues, be it cancer, be it high blood pressure, be it kidney issues, be it urinary issues. Different conditions, mushrooms works for several conditions. So you must understand that mushrooms are very important, food to be consumed. Now they can generate steady income for you, steady income, because once they start putting, you can, once this bag now is ready to fruit and start putting, you can harvest at least 4 cycles from it, and that's a lot. That's a lot. Imagine you now have about 100 bags of this, or 1,000 bags of this, or 10,000 bags of this. You know what that means? That's a whole lot of money. Now, mushroom cultivation is suitable for beginners, for students, for youth, for women, small-scale farmers, and everyone, irrespective of where you are or your status or condition. You can practice mushroom cultivation. Now, let's see the difference between wild mushrooms versus cultivated mushrooms. Wild mushrooms grow naturally and can be dangerous if misidentified. If you don't know how to identify which is edible or non-edible mushrooms, you may go and consume a poisonous mushroom, which will affect your health. So, if you know you can't identify it and you don't have access to a laboratory to go and test the mushroom, if it's good for consumption, then it's better to avoid eating them. Now, cultivated mushrooms are grown deliberately, are safe and well known. The ones that you cultivate, we know that yes, okay, this is the seed I planted, this is the spawn I planted, it is oyster mushroom spawn I planted, it is button mushroom spawn I planted, it is portobello mushroom spawns I planted. Depending on the mushroom you want to plant. Depending on what you want to plant, not that you just see one mushroom and you just start eating it. Cultivated ones are not you cultivate yourself and you are sure of the source. Mushroom cultivation focuses only on safe and edible species like oyster mushrooms, shiitake mushrooms, reishi mushrooms, and other types. There are more than 1,000 types of mushrooms. There's button mushrooms, that's also a very popular one. There's portobello, there's several ones. So mushroom cultivation focuses on only safe and edible species. That's when you talk of mushroom cultivation, not mushroom scavenging or mushroom search in the bush. Cultivation focuses on edible ones, or the ones you grow for specific purposes. Now, let's see, mushroom cultivation is the practice of growing mushrooms under controlled conditions for food, health, and income. That's a summary of what mushroom cultivation is. If you learned something from this video, make sure you share this video to as many that is to learn. Subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video to many. Thank you for watching, and I wish you all the best as you make effort to go into mushroom cultivation.